I don't expect this of you, but if you want to help me, I would be grateful. In the sewers below our city, there lurks a horrid creature that hungers for human flesh. The creature has killed many, including my son and my husband. If you destroy it, I will reward you. Please, be careful, though. That beast has taken enough from us already. The sewer entrance is through the trapdoor, just up the street.
Hey, don't touch my drink, or I'll bore a hole into your skull with my thumb.
The Radament used to mummify their highest mages and infuse them with spells that would allow them to protect their tombs, even after death. I have no idea why one of them would be acting so malevolently. Perhaps Drognan or Farah would know more about this.
I believe that the creature you refer to is one of the ancient Horadric mummies from the tombs that lie buried beneath the desert sands. It is unusual for one of his kind to be so far away from his resting place. I sense in this entity a restless and malevolent spirit.
Farah and I have been talking about the creature recently. From my studies, I have deduced that it is Radament the Fallen, an ancient Horadric mummy that has for some reason left his tomb to prey on mortals. I'm doing some more research now. If you check back later, I may have some more insight as to his nature.
I've personally found some of that devil's victims washed up out of the sewer. Often they are missing limbs or a head, and their bodies have always been skinned. At first, the creature raided the town at night. That's how Atma lost her family. Now we've got him barricaded in the sewers. You're safe up here on the surface, but every now and again, some fool wants to be a hero and heads down to the waste tunnels with a pig sticker.
I hear that the creature kills his victims in order to hack off their limbs. I guess that makes me a less likely candidate, eh?
I hear that beast is after body parts. Does he eat them? Ugh, ghastly.
There are 2 entrances to the sewers, I believe. One of them is right near here, down by the water beneath the docks. I can see it from my ship, and you can bet I keep an eye on it every night.
I've heard tales of walking corpses out in the desert at night, though I've never actually seen one.
The creature makes its lair in the tunnels beneath the city. He butchered my husband and son. I simply cannot bear to talk about it.
I noticed a rotting human arm floating in the harbor this morning. I suspected foul play, so I told Grays. He didn't seem too concerned since there haven't been any folk reported missing lately.
I am starting to have second thoughts about my request. I couldn't bear the thought of you losing your life on my behalf. Please, be careful.
Drognan told me something interesting earlier today. It might explain why Radament is so restless, and it might have something to do with why he is stealing human body parts.
I've just been reading something interesting about this sort of undead. Apparently, certain Horadric funereal priests altered the bodies of their dead mages with magical and surgical techniques, often replacing body parts with those of animals. This was thought to augment their powers and raise their status in the afterlife.
We've been meaning to send an organized group down there to kill that thing, but it would be dangerous. We just can't afford the chance of losing any men with all the trouble that's going on in the desert.
If you're going to fight that thing, use some common sense. Be knowledgeable about what harms the undead. Poison, for instance, will have little effect.
Peppermint? Oh, Radament. Yes. Oh, a foul creature. Some of my exploding potions should do quite nicely against him. They usually work well against the undead.
Aha! Back for a small shot of courage? Believe me, it doesn't help for long. Drinks, barkeep!
The Horadric mummies were created to protect the tombs, but Radament is far from his burial chamber. Given the aberrations that have been witnessed lately, it comes as no surprise that even the ancient Guardian's spells have begun to unravel. Be wary of this as you venture farther into the desert.
Death is not afraid of the living, but the living abhor death.
What a waste of undead flesh. If you haven't already, tell Atma that Radament is dead. It may help to ease the weight of her mourning.
As you have helped Atma and all of us, so shall I help you.
Little of what I am able to hear is of any value. Radament's death, however, is news worth hearing. I'm sure Atma will be glad to hear of this.
Good job, mate. At night out on my ship, I was often awakened by that fiend's awful moaning. I'll bet I rest easier now.
Whoa, whoa. Radament the Fallen, is it? Look, I've fallen off many a bar stool. No one calls me Geglash the Fallen. I might go so far as to say, Geglash, you've fallen.
From what you tell me, it would seem that Radament was bent on the task of reviving his own mummified corpse with the flesh of the living. This is very unusual indeed. It takes an incredible magic power to alter the singular purpose of an undead mind. Perhaps there is a power at work here, which is beyond my ken.
You've killed Radament, eh? That's quite a nice piece of work. If you ever need a job as a mercenary, I'd be happy to sign you up.
We ran into one of those old tomb guardians when I ran with my bandits. I know they aren't easy foes to face, so you sure have my respect. Have you told Atma yet?
They say that the taste of vengeance is bittersweet, but I find it to my liking. In addition to my undying gratitude, I have spoken on your behalf with the rest of the townspeople. The merchants have agreed to show their gratitude by offering their wares and services at lower rates. Oh, Jaren wants to see you too. You'll find him in front of the palace.